One whole region, one rival, two evil teams, 8 gym leaders, and the Elite Four. Can it be beaten by just one stripy boy? Welcome everyone. Today I will take you through the journey where I attempt to beat Pokemon Emerald with just one Furret. First, we moved into our new house. I met my neighbor and got to choose my starter. A hard choice, as you can see, but I went Furret, Looked like the better of the three. Some magic later and there he is. So let's get started, but first I will establish some ground rules. First of all, I can only use Furret in battle, except when you need to do a double battle to progress. I'm looking at you, Tadaliza. I can only utilize a Pokemon for HMs when Furret can learn them, and they are needed to progress. No X items, since I think that's kinda scummy. If I want to set up, I just need moves to set up, I only get to grind when it's really needed, so no unnecessary overleveling. And last, I get to choose one egg move to begin with. Later when I played through, I figured I didn't need it, but I thought I needed Pursuit, to be able to hit ghost types. So this one was kinda dud, but I included anyway since I did it. So let's go on. And our first hurdle was our rival, May, so we beat her, no problem. Then we went on to Dad to tell him we were off on our journey, and he asked us to babysit Wally first. So after that quick detour, it was time to go towards Roxanne. Roxanne is the first gym leader, and she's the rock type gym leader, so normal moves weren't going to do much, especially since rock type usually are quite physically defensive. But I had two tricks up my sleeve. One was setting up defense curls, since they also utilize physical attack. And two, Pursuit. It's the egg move I gave myself, and since it's Gen 3, it's not move based, but in terms of like types, if they are special or physical. And dark type moves are special in this gen, so haha, take that, rock types. So we beat Roxanne, we went to the cave to save Wingull so we could take the ferry to Dewford. And there was the next big hurdle. Brawly, the fighting type gym leader. So I figured I'd do the cave stuff first, deliver the letter to Steven, and then I went into the gym for a taste, and yeah, this is not happening. So I grinded up a little bit, and eventually with utilizing defense curl tactic again, and with some potion work, we finally beat Brawly and got ourselves the second badge. Great. So now on the slate part. After a quick encounter with Team Aqua, I went on and had to go do what I remembered to be one of the hardest battles in the game, the fight against May, between Slateport and Marville. And okay, well that was easy. Well, never mind, I guess my memory sucked. Time for Marville. Where I was dreading Watson's Magneton, since he resists my normal moves and he has quite good defenses. But we got ourselves Rock Smash, so I figured, super effective move, let's teach that to Furret. So we have the ability to hit him with super effective damage and also, get the defense drops. But first we had to beat Wally real quick, no problem there. In the gym, I was struggling. Our best move right now was Slam for most of it, but I ended up missing a lot of slams since it's only like 75% accuracy, so that's not too great. But then I thought of something. I can get strength. So I went to the tunnel to, break the rocks between the lovers, and oh whoops, I forgot. I have to actually beat the third gym to use Rock Smash. So I went back in, struggled a little bit more, but eventually started landing my slams and utilizing some potions and Rock Smash for the defense drops. And we got ourselves the third badge. Nice, and now we can actually get strength, which is a great move for Furret since it's 80 base, power, stab, and 100% accurate, so that's great. Now it was time for some story stuff. We went to the Meteor Falls, saved the scientist, and then took the cable cart, where we were able to beat Team Magma without any troubles, and we went towards Gym 4, Flannery. Flannery was a bit of a struggle. Not gonna lie, I had to do this a couple of times and I thought I was going insane. But then I remember was one thing, because something I was struggling with is Torkel, since his defenses are great, but also overheat, which was doing a lot. Like we had to be full healed, and then it didn't one shot us. And with his white herb, he just undid the stat drops that overheat does. Only once, but still, it was a lot of times where we struggled. So I thought of something. In Slateport, we got the TM for Thief. So we thought that's to Furret instead of Pursuit, and we used it to get rid of Torkel's White Herb. And with that, eventually, we ended up beating Flannery and acquired ourselves the 4th gym badge. So now it was time for the 5th, which is that. Since you know Norman, our dad, is a normal type gym leader, it was normal versus normal, quite fair. And I remembered now I remembered one of the benefits of not playing a randomizer, which is slacking actually has Truant. So for every move he did, I got 2 moves, so I could use that for potioning or setting up defense curls and stuff. So honestly, 5th gym, not that much of a struggle, was quite easy. And yeah, 5 gem badges down, it was looking good. So we got ourselves Surf, and we went on to go towards Winona, the flying type gym. Oh well, I had to deal with the Weather Institute first, which wasn't too much of a trouble. And after that I had to beat May another time, still no trouble. I mean, I have to say, I am quite over leveled at this point, but honestly, I skipped a lot of trainers, and only for Brawley I grinded a couple of levels, and apart from that I didn't grind anything. So I guess that's the benefits of doing a solo run. So yeah, on to Winona, which also wasn't that much of an issue. I could not one shot but 2 shot most of his mons, and Altaria setting up Dragon Dances could have been a problem, but no, we dealt with that quite easily. So now we also were able to use Fly, but Furret doesn't have wings, so sadly still walking for us. But on to the next chapter, which was a lot of story stuff. We had to clear Mount Pyre, to talk about the dudes about the red orb and the blue orb and stuff like that. Because for some reason Team Magma figured they needed the blue orb, and Team Aqua thought they need the red orb, because apparently they are colorblind or something. But yeah, so after that we had to do the Team Magma hideout, which wasn't too much of a challenge, and Team Aqua hideout, same story there. So we beat both without any troubles, and finally we could make our way to Moss Deep City with the dreaded 7th gym. Because like I said, Tate and Liza is a double battles gym. But I thought, let's make my way through the gym puzzle first and ask them nicely if maybe they would just take me on one by one. Felt fair, but sadly, no. They said I had to come back in with at least 2 Pokemon. Which kinda defeats the purpose of a solo run, but apparently they don't care about that, so I went into my box, grabbed the gas form that I got from the Weather Institute, and just, send him in to die after 1 hit. So I guess I get 1 free, attack that doesn't hit Furret. Guess I get to live with that. It is 2v1 for the rest of the battle, so I feel like that's not too unfair, And I thought this would be a struggle. I really thought I would struggle a lot with this, maybe have to grind, but honestly, no. It went pretty well. I do have to say, in Mount Pyre, if you go to the top, you can get Shadow Ball. Furret, learn Shadow Ball, and something that was great as well, Shadow Ball is physical in this gen, since Ghost is physical, which usually sucked for most of the ghost types, because they are special attackers, but for Furret, this was great. So with that, I was able to beat the gym. So now, 7 gym badges down, was time to get ourselves an 8 badge. But first, a lot of story stuff again, taming legendary, stopping evil teams, just a 10-year-old's average Sunday. I guess. In Pokemon it is. I'm not going to show you all of this because I don't want to make it too long of a video because, you know, we are running through a whole game. But after that we could go for the 8th and final gym. And we did it. Boom. 8 badges. Only one hurdle left. The Elite Four. Oh well, you know, I had to go through Victory Road first, but after that Elite Four. So first Victory Road, it's very hard I know, but oh, well, we already made it. Nice. So I guess on to the Elite Four. I did get myself the TM for return by giving the meteorite to the scientists, because I figured it would be helpful for Furret. So first off was Sydney, the Dark type trainer. But with return, everything was easily dealt with. Not really any troubles there, like return usually 1 or 2 shot every mon, even with the intimidate from my DN off. So yeah, that was quite easy. Now on to Phoebe. She wasn't a problem really, like they had some annoying moves like Curse, which was annoying to deal with, but with Shadow Ball, all ghost types weren't really any match for Stripes, and you know, we just spammed Ghost Ball and spammed some potions in the meantime, and yeah. Nothing really interesting happened there. So now, on to member 3 of the 4, Glacia, the Ice type trainer. This one might have been the toughest. It started annoying, like with moves like Hail, Icy Wind to lower our speed, and Attract to just, you know, attract us, I guess, and annoy the living hell out of me. But there was one Pokemon in specific who was really dangerous. Glalie. Glalie outsped me, probably after like the Icy Wind from earlier, and his Ice Beam does a ton of damage. But like with all those things out the window, he also has Explosion. So I had to be on my toes to be at full health, otherwise he would kill me. But luckily we did survive, and eventually we beat Glacia and we could move on. So moving on to number 4 of the 4, Drake, the Dragon type trainer. Honestly, he wasn't that much of a challenge, apart from Salamence. Like most of his shell guns were pretty easy to take down. Like Salamence has Intimidate, which was kinda annoying, but apart from that, everything went quite well. I did use some elixirs and ethers going into the match, and I did try to preserve return enough to have enough for the final match. So I used a mix of strength and return, and I ended up beating Drake without really any troubles. And now, the last battle, the only thing that remains standing in Furret's way. The champion, Wallace. Although, in my heart, Steven will always be the Hoenn champion. But yeah, we also did teach our Furret Shockwave in advance, and I gave him the White Herb, all for one reason. Gyarados. Gyarados is scary, it's a strong mon, and his Intimidate kinda scares me, so I want to be prepared. All of the other mons died to return eventually, some quicker than others, but yeah, without too much trouble. But, as predicted, Gyarados, but also Milotic, were a little bit more of a challenge, but nothing that our beloved Furret couldn't handle. And eventually, we came out on top, and we did it. We beat the Elite Four, we beat Wallace, and now we, or better, Furret, is the champion of the Hoenn region. So, to answer your question, can you beat Pokemon Emerald with only Furret? Yes. Yes, you can. And that's all I need to know. So with that, I hope you really did like this video. If you did, please let me know by hitting that thumbs up button down below, and maybe even consider subscribing, that will mean the world to me. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye.